Got a bit spooky. Oh, rank 5 gunnery. Wasn't there one that was rank 3? I swear there was one of these that was rank 3. This thing? Nope. This thing. Oh, that's the slingshot. Oh. That's cool. Might. Okay. Oh, I still have the Path of Exile thingy on. Oh, I should turn that off. I'm sorry. I don't know how. Yeah, so rank 3 is you are the bullet. I was hoping it would be a cooler gun. It was not. Okay. Well, I guess while we load into that, I'm gonna go figure out how to turn off my extensions. Oh, boy. I actually have no idea how to do so. There we go. They keep changing things, and I don't mess with them very often. My extensions. I'm just gonna trash this. I pretty much have nothing to do. Well, I don't know. I'll play Path of Exile when I can. I'll figure it out as a series. I feel like every time I level up gunnery, I might also do more damage, but I could be wrong. What the? Okay, that was very straight. What the? I think the ship is loading and unloading around me, so I should probably refresh that and see if I can undo all that. Bogs. This is still fairly functional, all things considered, but you can definitely tell they rushed this out the door faster than most of the content that goes on Warframe. Like, I've seen some bugs on Warframe, but nothing ever, like, particularly messy like this. That said, can't blame them too much. Let's see, they should have waited till 2020. Well, this is, like, the first content, this is, like, the first content wave for Railjack. And so chances are we're going to actually see a couple of like Railjack specific patches that will add more content to the game. And that will probably slowly smooth the experience out. I'm actually totally fine with it as it is now. It's not... So, I think the issue with Railjack would be if they kind of have these big dreams for it, and then kind of stop. Because that's what specifically had happened with, that's what had happened specifically with, what am I thinking? Archwing. Archwing was their great big idea for, like, a space fighter mode. And I think it was good, but it didn't quite work. And then they tried to redo it a little bit, and it got better, but it wasn't perfect. And then they just kind of stopped finagling with it. There's actually a number of things like that in Warframe, for better or worse. And no, they didn't drop Archwing to move on to this, mainly because Archwing came out, like, before I started doing YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, or, like, Reddit about the same time. And they just kind of, it's been in this, like, weird needs work, but they don't have the inspiration to work on it state. And so what would be a serious problem with Railjack is if they just kind of leave it like this for the next 2 years or 3 years or something, and they come up with other things. That said, this is pretty good so far, and honestly would be a great would be a great opportunity for them to mess around with. Okay, you got that. It'd be a great opportunity for them to mess around with Arcwing again and make it better. And actually make it work here. Let's see. Is everything else dead? Everything else is pretty much dead. There it goes. But assuming they keep up with these updates, make everything good, and actually work over the next year, then Railjack's going to be really rad. Holy shit, that's a lot of enemies. Let's see. And this makes you want to boot up Star Trek Online again. You've been playing Tor, but doesn't scratch the space opera itch. Not a whole lot of games do, to be honest. I never could get into Star Trek Online. I think just in general, Star Trek has always been kind of one of those, like, I'll watch it, but I won't be super interested in playing any games related to it. That doesn't help that a lot of Star Trek-related properties are kind of garbage. Like, the Star Trek game looks kind of like hot garbage. Oh, I wonder if the reason why everything's kind of choppy, especially right now, is because max damage is Australian. Star Trek Judgment Rights was good. I haven't heard of that one. My exposure to Star Trek, for the most part, is very specifically, like, the Star Trek third-person shooter that was made to promote the movie. And, I'm trying to think of some other ones. That was one of the really old point-and-click adventure ones. I mean, at least point-and-click adventures have kind of the potential for really, really good writing, where you don't have to worry about gameplay as much. Shell and I were playing a game last night called... we were right on top of this guy. We were playing The Drifter last night, which is one of the like, new indie games made by Powerhoof. And I'm really super stoked for that game, because it looks like it's going to be stupidly rad. And it has, like, all the chops for, like, an absolutely fascinating adventure. But yeah, it's just point and click. Yeah, Drifter is amazing. Played the demo, it was great. Yeah. And I didn't want to play it. Look, pixel art point and click adventure games, there are too many of them, and many of them are really, really bad. But I should have thought, oh yeah, it's Powerhoof. Of course it's going to be good. I can be pointlessly judgmental sometimes, and it's not always good. Like, I've definitely passed up on games that made channels. Like, I liked Besiege, but I didn't think Besiege was amazing. And that, like, became the main game for, several YouTubers, specifically. And I've always felt a little foolish. But then again, like, I can't really discount my own personal preferences for games. Some games are just going to be more or less fun for me. And so even if, like, I'm not interested in a game, I just kind of have to own that, instead of trying to force myself to like a game. Because that's worse. That's way worse. To go back to the thing on, Enter the Gungeon. I'm not super interested in Enter the Gungeon most of the time, but I suck it up and play it occasionally because I know it's good. I want to kill this ship. There we go. Even if everyone says it's amazing. Oh yeah. There's a number of games like that. Yeah, they have that problem. They read a book and imagine the character one way, but watch an adaptation and can't get into it. Oh, I have that problem all the time. I mean, hell, I have that problem when I'm playing a video game, and I'm just like, oh, this character is cool and interesting and has, like, these things. And then, like, they like, give up on that, or just, like, go against what the, they go against, like, the original design or, like, sense for the character, and you're just like, why would you do this? I lose interest pretty fast. I don't know about you guys. I don't think I'm a big fan of the weapon heat system. It feels unsatisfying. Like, I'd rather do 50% less damage and shoot all the time than have to worry about, like, an arbitrary weapon cooldown thing. I wonder if you've been keeping up on this year's anime. Almost nothing, actually. I've stopped watching anime. Lately. I think, I don't know, my standards changed. And I've been burnt by a lot. Like, what's a good example? How many of you guys have seen Kill la Kill and then also seen Darling in the Franxx? Like, Darling in the Franxx had some neat aspects to it, but it was such a disappointment of an anime. Wow, this is choppy. Okay, before we do Railjack next, I better make my Railjack so I can host. So you want some recommendations? Nope. Part of the reason why I've totally given up on anime isn't because I don't know of them. I just don't have time. Interesting thing about Darling in the Franxx is the manga adaptation is actually really, really good. Because they're treating it with a lot more respect and time. And, like, some scenes that made no goddamn sense in the anime actually make a lot more sense. I don't know. See, to be honest, you're a bit of a workaholic, Wander. Oh, absolutely. I mean, part of it is, I figured out a means of turning my hobby, like, my main hobby for enjoying myself, into a job. It's very hard not to be a workaholic because I enjoy my job that much. And so it's kind of like, well, it's my free day, what do I do? Or, hey, I've pretty much got a backlog for everything forever, what do I do? Play more video games. So that's actually what today kind of was, which was, like, I don't have shit to do for a while. I mean, yeah, I got a lot of new games, but most of them are not great. And so it's kind of like, what do I do? Let's just play Warframe and Path of Exile, see if people are interested in either. And the answer is, people are relatively interested in Warframe. I'll try and bring this back more consistently. At least until, like, Dungeons and Dragons shows up again and kills everything. But that happens. Oh, but no, I am absolutely, like, one hell of a workaholic. And a lot of that comes from a couple of different perspectives. For starters, like, my first job out of college sucked royally and was super depressing. And I don't want to go through that again. So, like, I'd rather work my ass off now. And have a good time, and instead of get complacent, kind of screw myself over and let my channel crumble a little bit. Wanting more Dragon's Deep was the reason I came to Twitch. Dragon's Deep was super fun. I need to get a hold of Kakujo. Unfortunately, Moose and Joe specifically, like, Moose quit Twitch yesterday, actually. And let's see. There we go. Yeah, she quit Twitch yesterday, and so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them back for D&D. Or maybe they'll be more available for D&D. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me too much that, it doesn't surprise me that much that they would quit. Did Moose give a reason? Moose gave a reason mainly being she wasn't getting enough sleep. She works a full-time job, as she is the primary provider of that household. And so streaming in the evenings was taking time away from her and, like, her own life, her own hobbies, and her own health, and their daughter. And so she wanted to actually get that time back. Which is part of the reason why Dragon's Deep had ended, and also, like, Borderlands and stuff. And, you know, honestly, I can't fault somebody for that. I think my answer is I feel bad whenever that happens. Oof, this is getting choppy. Or, like, no viewers. No viewers is definitely a contributing factor. Being a new channel on Twitch is really hard. And I am forever thankful that, like, I guess I have a YouTube channel. Because I'm pretty sure I'd have quit streaming a long, long time ago. Had I not had, like, YouTube as kind of the backup. Well, I guess it's not even that. YouTube is my main thing. Twitch is just the vehicle in which I create content. But, like, it's not easy starting a new a Twitch channel from scratch without being really good at something, having an insanely good personality, some kind of crazy high production value, or something. Holy shit. This is just an insane amount of fighters, always. And they're super freaking chunky. It's an issue. And so, like, I know for Moose and Joe specifically, they've been struggling to crest above, like, 30, 40 viewership, you know, viewers at a time consistently. And it's really hard to get above that without something specifically to carry you past that. And speaking of, where is everybody? I'm pretty sure nobody wants to watch Warframe, which is kind of the issue. Out of our usual group. I love me some Warframe, but just in general, any games as a service game is absolute kryptonite on Twitch for me. Which means I usually should probably play it later in the evening, but I've been busy doing whatever. I'll probably switch games soonish anyway, because I've been playing this for, what, 3 hours? Yeah, just about 3 hours. Which I think is a good tempo for me. Hey, we're done! That was hard. Not like I really made it sound like it was hard, but it was hard. But no, I'm not saying this to, like, guilt people into watching more, because that's... we almost died. It's fine. Wait, what the... How do I have multiple... Oh, I see. Use my support ability, so I have extra. Gross. Okay, so what do we get there? A lot of plastids, a lot of other stuff. Cool. Not as many mods as I was expecting this time around, but that's okay. Deploy a glyph. Ah! Got it. Okay, repairs? Oh shit, yeah. Oh yeah, we really did almost die. We were almost out of repair juices. Going on with... Oh, I see. It's just woogling there. Let's see. I should check out the craftstone so I know how it functions. I vaguely understand it now that I know what some of the things do. Problem is I have no idea how to actually get stuff into the forge. Because I've seen the materials. Wait, what? Where's my gun? Oh, there's my gun. Okay, use the yellow things. I was using the yellow things. It says I have nothing of any of the resources, so I can't make Revelite. Oh, refined everything so there isn't anything in the forge. There we go. There's the answer, I guess. Okay. Well, one way or another, why don't we head back? Because I will admit, I've been using a mouse for the last 6 hours, and that's actually really bad for me. So I should probably switch to something that's either slower or uses a controller or something. I'm not really sure. Ugh. But yeah, so just to finish my thing about like Moose and Joe and whatnot, she, you know, they're just small channel doldrums comboed with life stuff. Does not lead to a fun time on Twitch, which is a bit of a shame. It's usually why I say, like, work on YouTube, and then your Twitch will kind of grow alongside very slowly. Because that way you have 2 revenue sources as opposed to 1. And also one's, well, if one's fickle, maybe the other one won't be. Hopefully I can still convince people to do stuff with me regardless. But there's kind of that, like, weird business aspect of, like, hey, I want to play D&D with people and put it up on my YouTube channel. You want to join me? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then it's, like, scheduling and all that stuff. Also, there's, like, a weird, like, guilt that always comes with these things where it's just like, this is going to make me money, but not you, maybe? And so, like, I should probably, like, figure out how to incentivize that. It's easier when everybody has their own channels, because then it's just kind of like a symbiosis thing. What about somebody that doesn't do Twitch and YouTube? Do you pay them? I don't know. I feel like that would lead to a really weird and bad position. I'm sure most people probably don't even think about this, but I do. Yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Oh, absolutely. I will always forever say, like, if you're going into content creation or trying to be a digital influencer or anything like that, never ever ever just assume that your one thing is always going to work. You know, this happened to a lot of people on Vine, specifically, where I guess there was a bunch of people that just bailed on Vine as it shut down and switched over to YouTube, which I guess actually worked out for certain people like ProZD and whatnot, but not for everybody. And, like, it's probably going to happen eventually with YouTube and Twitch, where one is, you know, one or both are going to hit, like, some major hitch and a bunch of people are going to have to leave. I mean, we've even kind of seen this where a lot of the old great YouTubers have switched over to Twitch specifically. Yeah, the big stars easily swapped, I think, but it's like the mid-level people that are not big stars. Like, I guess I think about this not infrequently, because if I were to platform hop from, like, Twitch to Mixer, or YouTube to whatever new YouTube competitor that shows up, because something went wrong, or if YouTube shut down, there's a very real possibility I would lose a significant amount of... Yeah, you don't know about Mixer. And that's the thing. It's like, I'm sure if I was a really big channel, I'd probably be able to get people to come over anyway and just keep me aloft. It'd be a lot harder at my size, for example. And, you know, I've thought about it, but I don't really see the desire to switch, at least currently. I'm not keen on Twitch either for a lot of reasons, but it's where I am, and it's fine for now, and this is where my community is, and I don't want to, like, you know, ditch that in hopes of maybe something else. But, like, I don't have as much of an exit plan as some other larger channels would, for example, because, yeah, if one of them actually shut down, I'd have to really sit down and think. And actually, I mean, that in and of itself is a weird possibility. Not a huge one, but oof, expensive to get the next one, and that's going to get even worse. Problem is, the ones that I want to get up to are ranked 6 and 7, and that's going to be very expensive. What is this? 8, 16, 32, 64. So I need pretty much 100 to even get up to the 2 that I need. Actually, that's not so bad, all things considered. Even when Ninja swapped to Mixer, he lost like a third of his viewers. Oh yeah, I mean, Twitch straight up has considerably more liquid viewers than Mixer probably ever will. The main thing that makes up for that is Microsoft is paying him just flat cash, which I think is easier, because Ninja stopped being like the top dog on Twitch like a long time before he made the switch. And so, you know, this guarantees that Ninja is going to remain relevant and also rich for a very long time, unless he blows through all of his money. Wonder you could probably get a job as QA or something similar. Yeah, but QA pays dirt. But I could definitely, like, end up as... Honestly, my backup plan would be a community manager for... Or, I mean, honestly, community management would probably work pretty well. Or being a, can I do this? Oh, I could. What is Silver Dragon? Mobile point capture test. Oh, I see how this works. That's weird. It looks like Rhino's probably a good idea here. Maybe Rhino. Or Nidus. Nidus might be okay. Maybe Wukong? Well, I'm using Wukong. Let's try Wukong. Let's pick something punchy. I could probably do this mastery test. The hell's my Piranha? That's my Euphona. Let's see, you could have viewers donate to pay the cast. Saw that work on Rogue Trader Lost, Warhammer 40k. They had people pay $88 to throw chaos events at them. I would want to experiment with that maybe as a charity thing first, but even then, I don't really know. I'm not sure if I'm super comfortable with I mean, just we are in the butt end of weird monetization practices for YouTube. And I'm not always the most... Oh, equip a weapon of each type first. Damn it! I was hoping I could cheese the system. Okay, Nidus then. We'll just CC these guys. I was hoping that I could just de-equip my, Maybe I should pick something a little bit longer range than my Archiplasmor. We'll do Astala. We'll go from there. Let's see. But yeah, I'm not super comfortable soliciting, soliciting donations for, like, anything. I'm sure it might actually work, especially to pay the cast. And that could actually work really, really well. it might not, and it might make me feel really dirty. As subs, bits, and donations split among the players fits better. Yeah, I could see that work really well. Or even just, like, specifically state, like, beforehand, all sub and bit donate, or, you know, all sub and bit donations during a, during one of these. Okay, this is really shitty. How the hell? Okay. Should probably have gone Rhino. Maybe. I mean, luckily, I have Tentable. How many of these am I supposed to capture? All of them? The problem is some of them are so fast that they just, like, zoop away from me. Really hard. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I can see that as a potential, I can see that as a potential alternate, as like a way to mildly incentivize, making it fair and even and whatnot. I just, I hate the money as being part of friendships in general. I don't really like money. I mean, I like having money, but I think the concept of money makes me feel very uncomfortable. You shit! Clearly should have been Rhino. Okay, one left. Two left. Okay, good. This is really hard, actually. Got it. 17 seconds. was close. Oh, I'm now a silver dragon. How far am I from the next rank? Fairly far, I think. Hard to tell. I'm assuming it's that bar, so who knows. So we can just randomly join a crew. Well, that's cool. So, I still need to go back and do... That was a weird noise. I still gotta make a shit ton of money. I still gotta wait for this thing to finish... This thing to finish going. It's 3 hours. Probably pick that up in the night. I might honestly just load up Warframe for the next couple of mornings. To specifically go money farming for a while. Celestial clone is haunting me still. Have fun. He's nice. But just to make a decent amount of moolah, so I can actually afford things, because that wouldn't be bad. I don't actually have too much to do unless I have to go out. Because yeah, if I can actually have the money to afford the railjack, hopefully me as host would make things less choppy. Because my internet is stupidly good across the board. And that'd probably help a fair bit. How big is the dojo? My dojo is huge. I think it's certainly got almost all of the available amenities. That I can guarantee. Well, I can't guarantee. Everybody else that plays in the clan can. You guys make my life so much easier. Let's see. What was I gonna screw around with? I mean, I need to go back and finish leveling all of these. I was gonna go back to leveling Brendel and like an Ember and some other things. I think I can just sell that Ember. I think I've mastered them. Wander, your windscreen looks like a teenage girl's wall. I hope they add more poster sets that I can get access to, because I would very much like to just make it so I can't see out the front window at all. Upgrading our railjack parts is locked behind progression. Gotcha. I don't know. I mean, that'll probably... Yeah, specifically clan research. Is that something I can contribute to? Because I should probably help if I can. Or is it time-based? Let's see. What is that? Nope. 3-day timer. It's all filled out. Okay, next parts, but the Mark 1 is all set. Okay, cool. So I don't have to help. We just have to wait. Every time I think about starting to play Warframe, I just remember I want to pass my classes, and that idea immediately dies. Warframe is definitely the kind of game that you play when you have nothing else to do. Like, it is a good game, but it is very time-consuming if you want to get anything done. Warframe is dummy thick. Yeah, he is the sumo frame. He's got a stomach mouth, which is hilarious and horrifying. I like him, though. Oh, god damn it. Does he have the tumor? Can I get rid of the tumor? I want to get rid of the tumor. Let's see. Yep, we can get rid of it. I keep expecting them to do more with why the hell this room exists on my orbiter, but... Nope. Okay. So, I should check one last thing before I stop playing Warframe. I wouldn't mind doing an arbitration, because I've been wanting to do an arbitration for forever, but I don't know if I have access to them. God damn it. Lua, Apollo. Anybody want to help me with that? Because I hate Lua. I mean, I don't actually hate Lua that much. What is Apollo? Disruption. Alright. Because, yeah, I'd like to start doing arbitration again as well. Let's see, what soundtrack is this? Warframes or another? This is Celeste's. Celeste is an absolutely lovely set of soundtracks. And Lena Rain is an absolutely amazing composer. I love listening to her stuff across the board. Look at all these guns that I've like half leveled or not leveled at all. A lot of these are from the TennoCon event. I just picked up and then just haven't done jack with. Just grab my Archoplasma and run around as Chubbus. Speaking of, I should probably play Ring Fit tonight. I'm absolutely playing Ring Fit tonight. You're never interested in playing Warframe because you never had anyone to play it with. I mean, I've got a whole clan. Like, I can take a nearly year-long hiatus on Warframe, and my clan will remain active forever. Which is bad, because I should be much more active about this game. Because it is good.